Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Why is it that Jacoby Brissett seems to be running Baker Mayfield plays? It appears that Kevin Stefanski has not evolved as a play caller over the last 3 years. He's still running Baker Mayfield plays, and he's still running the same formations from 3 years ago. Why is it that the offense has not evolved? I'd like to get you guys' thoughts on this. No new plays, none of this stuff. I mean, you look at Andy Reid week after week. He is coming up with new plays, new formations, moving people around. To be a top 5 play caller in the league, Kevin Stefanski right now just does not look like a top 5 play caller in the NFL.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Tim, what I would say to that is Andy Reid has Patrick Mahomes. And again, it's been Jacoby Brissett and it's been Baker Mayfield. And the offense was designed to be Deshaun Watson. So again, it's a fair question, but that's why these final 6 games are going to be important. If it still looks like that with Deshaun Watson, I'm with you. Let's start asking some questions. But let's see what this offense looks like with Deshaun Watson as quarterback.
Yeah, and what we know from Kevin Stefanski is he's a pretty smart guy as far as a play caller. I mean, Baker Mayfield and Jacoby Brissett, they're bottom tier starting quarterbacks. We've seen Baker Mayfield benched now twice in Carolina this season. Jacoby Brissett's been a backup by and large for most of his career. Big part of that is, he hasn't any explosive plays and he's not a big touchdown thrower. So naturally, you're not going to run a high-risk offense for 2 guys who can't turn those high-risk plays into high-reward plays as often as a guy like Deshaun Watson can. So naturally, you're going to dial back the offense a little bit, not ask them to do too much, because if you ask those guys to do too much, that can put you in bad positions. Whereas a guy like Deshaun Watson, he's a Pro Bowl quarterback. He threw for almost 5,000 yards in 2020 with basically an expansion team around him. And, he still made them look competitive. They were a 4-win team in 2020. I get that. But the reverse argument I would make to that is they would probably have 1 win that season if Deshaun Watson wasn't there. And I mean, look at them now. They have 5 wins since, the start of the 2021 season, since the last time Deshaun Watson has played for the Houston Texans. So he's just a naturally more talented quarterback, and when you have a more talented quarterback, you're going to open up the offense more, take advantage of his skill set. So it wouldn't be a surprise if all of a sudden, when the Browns go to Houston in about 11 days, they open it up more, 3 receivers, 4 receivers, probably even 5 receivers, because Deshaun Watson can play that type of game. He has the arm talent to stress defenses vertically as well as horizontally. He's got the mobility to do it. We may still see elements of the Stefanski offense because it's what he knows well and it's what he's created. But what we've seen is he knows how to scheme an offense to, prop his quarterbacks up rather than force them to be something they're not. So I'm fascinated what he can do with Deshaun Watson.